Welcome to Cocktail Hour. I'm Andy.
And I'm the Rev.
Welcome to episode 30 of Cocktail Hour. Hello,
Yay.
Rev. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm lovely. I'm very excited. We have a special guest with us, and can't wait to talk to her. She is such a hoot. It's true.
She has been. She has been for the few minutes that I've been here, that's for sure.
Yeah. I have a suspicion she's not drinking the same thing we are.
Well, I was earlier.
Oh,
I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Are you drinking battery acid?
No. We're having.
I just like that with a twist.
No, we did that. We did that last show.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would explain your voice.
We're having slippery panties this evening.
Oh, I've had those myself.
Actually, I'm not having that.
Oh, you're not?
No, I decided to go with a complimentary drink.
Oh, yeah?
The Slippery Nipple.
Oh, okay.
I see a theme emerging.
Yes, I thought so. You know, I'm a breast woman, and I thought that, the Slippery Nipple.
Apropos for the holiday.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. It's one of the only times of the year.
The only time I get turkey is in bowling.
No, that's not a bad
right.
thing, though.
It could be.
Yeah.
Phew. Well, the Slippery Panties has, it's a very simple drink. It's equal parts vodka, hazelnut liqueur, and Butterscoth Schnapps. It's actually really, really quite tasty.
I'm not a big fan of hazelnut, and after I went...
me either.
When I went to buy some, they only had the $15 bottle of Frangelico, and I thought to myself, I think I'm going to go with something else, but along the same lines. So the Slippery Nipple that I made, and I found 5 different recipes on one website. So the one that I made has equal parts of Irish cream, coffee liqueur, and butterscotch schnapps.
Oh, wow, that does sound tasty, too.
It's super good. And what are you drinking, Anne?
I'm reluctant to tell you. I'm actually drinking a cup of hot Lady Grey tea.
Oh, well.
Well, I had no, really. Before you light a candle for me, I did have about 5 Cosmos earlier. So,
that's much better. Okay, then.
Yeah, that is much better. Because the good thing this isn't a video show, because you should have seen my face when you announced tea.
Well, no, I figured since it was our first time to meet, I should try to be halfway coherent.
What?
So
well, that's a lot better than some of the guests that we've had.
And some of the hosts.
That's also true.
That's awesome. Oh, goodness. Okay, so, that's it for the drink. So I know that we are ready now to announce the results of our writing challenge.
That's correct. That is correct. So we had 4 stories entered. 2 of them were by the same person, but they were different. They were different stories. So we had one that was a vampire tale. We had another one about a 20-year class reunion. We had another one about some drug-dealing bikers, and one about, not really even sure how to say what this one's about. It takes place at a bus stop. With 2 women meeting at a bus stop, but it's not what you might think. And so our winner is Ursula Kincaid, also known as The Fallen, for her story, which received almost a perfect score from 2 of the judges, and very close to that from the other 2. The story is called The Unashamedly Redheaded Blues.
Wow.
And it was very good. The requirements, as you may remember, were that each story contain 2 phrases: cocktail hour and bearded clam. My 2 favorite. Welcome to the show, Anne. Welcome to the show. The 2 stories that used it in the way I thought was the best was. The winner, I'm just going to share this very quickly with you, with the listeners. the winner's rendition of Bearded Clam was one of the characters worked for a PR firm and wanted to get a microbrewery to name a beer Dead Clam Beer. And the other woman said, well, that I can't see where that would have gotten you fired. And she said, well, you got to rearrange the words a little bit. So if you put beer in front of the dead clam, you get Bearded Clam. So I thought that was pretty good.
Nice.
And then the second place winner, which was the reunion one by Norse Bard called Class of '88, had one of the characters was doing illustrations for a sex book and had a talking bearded clam who informed the readers that if they respect the talking bearded clam said, if you respect me and treat me well, I will give you a lifetime of pleasure. Nice. So those were my two favorite uses of bearded clam.
No way, you didn't have to see. You didn't have to wait on Ollie Volley.
See, exactly, or Moody. So we had for our first place again was the Unashamedly Redheaded Blues. Second place, Class of '88. Third place, Culture Crash, the Bard and the Biker, and fourth place, Rainy. So thank you all the entrants for entering, and I did put this together into an ebook. We'll post it, and there's a bonus story submitted by a friend of ours who goes by Another Author, and she submitted a nice one. It's got the F-bomb and lots of sex.
Nice.
And bearded clam also.
Nice.
So there you go. Thank you, and I'll be reaching out to the winners.
Yay! Very nice.
Yay!
Wow. Okay, now on to the next segment of our show. Our author guest is, I'm not even going to try and disguise it anymore. It's Anne McCann.
And
McMan.
McMan.
McMan is my evil.
Oh. This drink is pretty strong. Okay, Anne McMan.
That would be she.
All right, so it's www.annemcman.com. So that's MCMAN.
Right.
And we are very, very, very excited that she joined us tonight. And welcome.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
Yay.
Yay.
I went over and looked at your site.
Oh, dear.
Yes, I did.
It's
so cute.
Oh, thank you. You're very cute.
And it's very well laid out for
thank you.
Little Luddite like me. I was able to click, click, click.
Oh,
and so,
I love that. That's dear to my heart.
Yep. I see that
We have to stick together.
Yeah, not the truth. So I see that you have Jericho out, which we read for the show, and Dust, which I have not read yet, but it looks very intriguing.
Oh, I hope you read it.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually heard that several people like. I read the review that Jay did on her site of Jericho, and she said that she's read Dust too, but Jericho's still her favorite. But then I was talking to somebody else who I'm supposed to ask, when is the sequel to Dust coming out? And I was told that Dust is still her favorite. So
really?
Let me get that out.
That's interesting. They're very different. Books are very different.
And I think I'm going to sit down and read Dust within the next week or two. So I'm looking forward to it. So is there a sequel to Dust coming so I can answer the questions?
Well, there will be a sequel to each book. What I'm working on right now actually is a full-blown sequel to Jericho. And it's called Aftermath. I'm probably about maybe like a third. Who the hell knows? Well, you know what? In the old days, I used to really snicker at people who would say, authors who would say, well, my characters kind of decide where they're going. I would think, yeah, that's really bullshit. And then when I actually wrote a book, I realized how true that really is. I mean, it's weird. They kind of do take on their own little ideas about things, So my plan is for Aftermath to be completed maybe in the spring.
Okay.
But yeah, who knows? That's what I hope. And with any luck, maybe it'll see the light of day by next summer.
Okay,
But
excellent.
it's coming along, and I'm just real happy with it. I think it's funny. I think there's going to be a lot for everyone in it. And I think it's going to be a great ride for people.
Excellent. Excellent. So we can look for the sequel to Dust maybe in 2013.
Yeah, absolutely. That's next in line, the sequel to Dust, which I think is going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to do some real different things with Evan Reed in the second book.
All right, excellent. Nice. Okay, well, did you want to give a synopsis of Jericho, or do you want me to wing it?
No, I'd love for you to wing it.
Oh, there we go.
Then. All right, because I don't have a blurb. So
I do. You want me to read it to you? They wrote it.
It's up to you.
No, I mean, Jericho is kind of a familiar story. It's sort of a girl meets girl. Straight woman, failed marriage, flees and goes to a backcountry community in the mountains of Virginia to try to recover from the carnage of a failed marriage. Never intending that she's going to learn what she learns about herself. And while she's hiding out there trying to heal, she becomes involved in the lives of the local people and becomes eventually enamored of the local physician, Maddie Stevenson, who has returned to what was her hometown to take over her late father's medical practice. And the lion's share of the book deals with the two women kind of coming to terms with their feelings for each other and working through them and all that means.
Excellent.
That's kind of
that was a nice summary.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like word for word. It was incredible. It was just uncanny. Wow.
It is. We're so simpatico.
Okay, so I didn't read the online version, so I just have to ask you a question right off. I heard there were some issues about a method of tire changing.
Oh God. I got absolutely lambasted over my inferior understanding of lug nuts.
Is that what it was?
They were going to revoke my lesbian credentials over that. It was terrible.
Wenches.
Because apparently in the online version, I had her actually, Maddie with great distraction was removing all the lug nuts, while the car was like jack. Who knew there was a protocol? I had no idea.
Oh, I found out the hard way.
You did?
I did.
See, I have AAA.
Oh my God. No, this was in my I can do it butch phase, like in my early 30s. Oh my God.
Really?
Dumbass.
Your what phase?
My early butch phase in my early 30s. It was ridiculous. What? Yeah, watch that tire spin. It's like, what the? Then you had to drop the car.
So I do think that, in the published version of the book, we sort of left, how many are there? 4?
There are usually 4. Some cars have 5.
You know what, Rev? Really, I want you more than ever right now. Just the fact that you know that, really.
I wish I could say that's the first time one of our guests has said that.
Really? About lug nuts? Oh,
no, about my lug nut knowledge. Yes. I don't have much knowledge of any other types of nuts, but I got the lug nuts down.
Well, they are incompatible with bearded clams.
Yes, they are. That was good.
Well, there was the lug nut controversy. You're right. That's true.
And I didn't ask for a clarification. I wanted to hear it from you. I didn't know because I read, we read the published version, so I paid very close attention to the tire changing scene.
Yeah. Oh God, who knew? Who knew? It's true.
You find out pretty damn quick when you have to do it.
It's true.
All right, Andy, do you wanna kick off?
Sure. As Rev said, we read the published version and through via ebook, and I think there was 358 pages or something.
Let me see here. Wait a minute, I got it right in front of me. 409.
Well, no, it depends on the reader, and I think it depends on whether or not it's it's in one horizontal or vertical mode. It recalculates pages.
Right.
But I found that one page of your writing is like 3 of everybody else's. It's very dense.
Oh dear, is that good or
Oh
bad?
no, that's good because you feel like you got more bang for your buck. I'm just saying. It was a nice. I really enjoyed how you didn't rush anything. I mean, everything was, you had every scene furthered the plot in some form or fashion, but it was a nice, slow journey of meeting these people and finding out who they are, and then how they all connect, and lots of fun, interesting dialogue. I mean, I found myself laughing out loud several times reading this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I like the pacing. I was just in the mood for this nice, slow journey. It was incredibly fun to be on that ride.
Oh, thank you.
I agree. I started highlighting within the first. It was during the tire changing scene when Sid says something about her shredded tire, and she says, "Funny, it was fine when I put it on the car 60,000 miles ago."
Yeah.
Right.
You captured the chemistry between the characters and their easy bantering, and the way that they connect immediately. There's that comfortable connection, and then with Pete, throw Pete in there, and it was nice. It grabs you right away and makes you want to hold on for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I did want to say that it was nice to have characters that like to drink as much as I do.
Oh my God! I did get a lot of feedback about that, and I actually began that. It's not an accident that I'm drinking tea while the two of you are turning into sots.
Right. I'm sorry. That would be more effective if you hadn't already confessed to the 5 causes.
Yeah, no lie.
Excuse me. Stop. Can we edit that? And I'm not even counting the 2 I dropped on the kitchen floor because I'm so nervous about food. But no, you know what? Seriously, I really did get a lot of feedback about that, and there were people who said, I really, really love the book, but I'm a little concerned about all the drinking and all the alcohol. And I kind of thought, oh my God, do I need to go back to Al-Anon?
I like that back.
Truly, yeah, they know me. Hi, my name is Anne. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Anne.
Hi, Anne.
No, I like that. They're in most.
Well, clearly, I mean, you would, right?
And I like wine, so I was taking notes.
Good.
Yeah.
I did a lot of research. That's why the book took to come out. It was in rehab.
Oh man.
Is that why you had such a hard time changing that tire?
Yeah, that's actually right. Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, most books don't actually have the characters drinking that much, and there are many times when I'm reading and going, God, if I was them, I'd want to drink right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little embarrassed about that.
You shouldn't be. Hello, drink, Jinx.
Jinx.
Let's see.
So, how long did it take you to write this novel?
I think I don't know if it's apparent to you as a reader because you guys have, you've read so many things and you've talked intelligently and articulately and somewhat, drunkenly about many of them.
So you have listened to a couple of shows, okay?
I've listened to 1 or 2.
Okay,
I'd say it's true.
Yeah.
I think it took me about 2.5 years to write it, and probably if you read it really critically, it probably would become clear to you which parts were written kind of early on and which ones were written sort of later. I don't know if that really comes through to me when I reread it. But I think about 2.5 years it took me to write it.
There were quite a few tie-ins to, and everybody knows that this was published as a Xena Uber, right?
Right. That's right.
Okay. Yeah. And there were some nice tie-ins. You had Gabrielle as the bard, and Sid as a librarian.
Right.
which I thought was good. And then we have Maddie's mom, Celine.
That's right.
And Zena's mom, Cyrene.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And then I also enjoyed the line, "Calm down, Zena. There's no need to storm the castle."
Dad. Oh, bless you for that. Oh, hey, I've got one for you. I've got one. And this kind of surprised me that I didn't hear about this from very many people. Did either of you pick up on the tail number of Maddie's airplane?
I remember reading it, but I don't remember anything significant.
No.
Come on.
Damn it. No, I'd have to find it again, and I have to look at it. I noticed that it's changed, depending. See, I noticed there were some changes as they were changing who they were talking to, but no, I don't think.
Well, it was a little inside joke. The tail number of her airplane is something like 429 WP.
Oh.
So that was kind of my homage to Zena.
Aw, and
No,
I missed that.
I missed
Damn it.
that.
That's okay. That's okay.
I feel like
you got that. You nailed me for the lug nut, so That's
all right. That's fine. I was happy to get the Celine, Cyrene, or Celine, Celine and Cyrene.
Then of course they're physical types also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I tend to ignore that.
Oh, you do really? Well, wait a minute. You guys aren't still doing the "Who would you most like to fuck" thing?
Yes, of course.
No, and we all know who that's going to be.
Yeah, it's kind of
the Amazon.
No, we go the other way. Oh, no. Yes, we go with the Amazon. That's right. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
It's all about those damn abs and that short blonde dude.
I know, it's so true.
I'm just saying.
Let me see. There were a lot of characters in this.
Yep.
A lot of characters. We really got to know what seemed like the entire community. I don't mean that in a shitty way.
No, that's all right.
The person that I wasn't sure, I thought that she may. Oh, and now her damn name is escaping me. The nurse practitioner.
Oh, Lizzie.
Lizzie. I wasn't sure about her. I thought you threw her in.
Right?
I thought she was gonna go after Maddie and then have to have Sid kick her ass.
Yeah. Actually, I thought that was a setup too in the beginning.
Well, she lives on in the sequel.
Nice. Well, she lived on, because Bo didn't get her.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, scallywag.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That added a nice creep out factor.
Yeah.
To the story. I really liked Peggy and her pie.
What was the name of that damn pie?
It's a lemon chess pie.
That's right.
And that the entire town knew about that and set each other up for it. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
There was one thing that I did want to comment on, and it seemed to happen. Or maybe I just noticed it more toward the last part of the book, maybe the last half. There was a lot of repeating of facts, like conversations and like a lot of the medical stuff that was repeated several times over. And what I was wondering is, was that a carryover from maybe the online version? I don't know. Did you post this in parts?
Well, tell me what you mean more specifically. I actually, when I started posting it, it was completely written.
Okay.
So I didn't serialize it while I was working on it. I mean, the book was in the can.
I didn't write down any specific instances, but there were a lot of conversations that we were involved in the conversation, and then the conversation was repeated.
Like with the mother, maybe?
With the mother, and then like a conversation conversations that Maddie had with her mom that Maddie then told.
Where she would retell it.
Yeah, retell it to Sid.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just things like when I almost called her Cyrene, when Celine was in the hospital when she was in the accident. So it was just what it reminded me of is when a lot of times when authors are posting a serialized, they write out chapters, and then they kind of get everybody back up to speed a little bit on things that had happened before. So that's why I was wondering there. It wasn't a huge distraction or anything. It was just something that stood out to me.
I completely blame my editor.
I would.
That's convenient.
Because really, no, it wasn't written that way, and it wasn't posted that way. So it's probably just something that we should have, paid more attention to when we actually edited the book for publication, and somehow that didn't get addressed.
Well, like I said, it doesn't take away from the story in the slightest. I really liked this book, and I had no idea what it was about.
Yeah. Same. I had the same reaction.
Yeah,
I had no clue. Didn't even read the summary. Just opened it up and started reading it. Yeah.
Really? Well, I'm curious. I don't know if it's fair for me to ask this, but I'm curious about how you actually ended up picking it. I'm very pleased and gratified that you did.
Oh, well, that's easy, actually, because I was talking with some other readers. I'm always talking to people. And I also saw that it had just come out in ebook, which is always something that we're looking for.
Oh, okay.
And we've had some listeners asking for more fan fiction. And when I saw that Jericho was just coming out, and like I said, a friend of mine had recently finished Dust, and I've heard about you, so I said, hey, Andy, let's read Jericho. It just came out, and then fan fiction people will be happy. We'll be able to have, a book that's also published. So, and Andy's like, cool, let's do it.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I feel real strongly, too. I don't know how other authors approach this, but I feel really strongly, too, about letting the book continue to be available that way online.
I think, we've heard a lot of different, not a lot of different things, but a few different. I know one author that we know of had some issues with plagiarism and wanted to take it down. I would talk to another author. I don't know, maybe it's been a couple years already, who said that their editor made them take it down, or the publisher made them take it down.
Yeah, that's not. I think that's not uncommon. I was actually really floored within 6 weeks or 8 weeks of when I started posting Jericho online. I got approached by a couple of different lesbian fiction publishing houses, and once I got over my total shock and amazement about that, it was really surprising to see how different they were in the way they approached that. And without naming names, one of the really largest and most preeminent publishers was absolutely adamant that even to consider looking at the manuscript, I had to pull it down immediately.
Wow.
Take it down, not post any more parts of it. And I thought deeply about that because, as much of a head trip as it was for me to kind of be approached and recruited by this particular firm, I just didn't really feel good about that.
Well, good for you. Good for you for sticking with that. And it's probably not. I don't think it would be, because I just can't help but speculate now, and you don't have to say anything, but, I know KG McGregor still has all of her stuff up.
That's right.
And she's with Bella, and I'm thinking the only, somebody else would be Allie Valley, but hers, I don't think she has any of her stuff
not
that's
her
been
books.
published.
I think short stories are up.
Her fanfic is up there too. Yeah.
Except for Carly's Sound, which is my favorite Allie Valley book. The online version is called Play It Again, Sam, and it's a little different, maybe different enough for nobody to bother with. Yeah.
And Jericho really is. I don't know if you put them up side by side. There are very, very few differences between the published version and the posted version. The published version has fewer dangling participles.
So were there many missing scenes or added scenes?
No, there really weren't. I mean, I think that my editor, who is absolutely wonderful,
except for those repeating things.
Yeah, really, it's true. Except for that unfortunate lug nut incident, which after tonight shall not be mentioned again.
Not by me, certainly.
Not by you, of course. No, I mean, except for that, I think they cut something like 3 paragraphs, maybe.
Wow.
And moved 1 or 2 scenes around so that they kind of happened in chronological order, and that's really about it. I mean, it's pretty much the same.
I wanted to say one other thing. I just kind of wanted to go back because I keep getting this image in my head of Sid straddling Maddie on the couch, because that's one of my favorite positions for the gap.
Period. Say no more. Let's just pause for a moment here.
Let those visuals seep in.
All right then.
I had to put down a drop cloth.
I'm sitting on an absorbent chair.
I'm sure you are a towel, at least.
Now, see, if you had the panties on, you wouldn't have to worry. Just saying.
I gotta be me. I gotta.
I do. It's true. It's hard to be anyone else.
I try. Yeah.
I try to color every day. And I get nowhere.
Once Sid came to the conclusion that this is what she wanted, boy, there were no stopping that girl.
Yeah, no lie. Holy,
she didn't have any of that, any of that discomfort and this is all kind of new, and she was like, boom,
I'm doing this.
And Maddie's the one putting on the brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good.
I wonder if part of that is because I'm asking you like you would know better than me. Like Maddie freely says, that her previous relationship was with a woman who had been with a woman for the first time, and I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of think that probably made her a little more. I mean, we've all been there, right?
Yeah. Well,
haven't we?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I mean, you 5, 6, 7 times,
At least.
I mean, it's only
including my wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do kind of deal with that really briefly toward the end when Sid finally just says, well, I think when Sid finally says, you know what your problem is? You're afraid of committing to me.
Yeah, I like that.
And because I didn't see that conversation coming, but putting it in the context of what you're talking about, where Maddie's afraid of being hurt, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And I kind of viewed, well, you're going to see this a whole lot. I mean, I hope you'll read the sequel when it comes out. Maddie sort of functions more almost like the still point of the turning world, in this book, and particularly in the sequel. She's kind of like the penultimate straight man surrounded by really insane people.
She kind of is, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
No, especially that one girl that works with Sid in the library keeps falling over shit every time she sees Maddie. I just had to laugh. That poor thing.
That was awesome.
I can't say as I might not do the same thing if I saw her in the flesh, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. She sounds pretty hot.
Doesn't she, though? I mean.
She does. That's true.
So, listeners, put out some hard-earned cash. Go buy a book. It's very, very worth it.
Very worth it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Wait, hold on. So, I did see that there are two stories that kind of go along with this.
There are. I'm glad you mentioned that. And really, I kind of mourn because there's a. I mean, if I can be so bold to say this, there's a great story up there called V1, A Valentine's Day Odyssey.
Yeah.
It is a standalone Jericho story that follows after the events in the book, and it's really hilarious.
Excellent.
And I strongly recommend it to anyone, and I really wish there was something I could do with it. There's no way for me to work it into the sequel. It's entirely a standalone, but it's funny and it's delightful, and it'll give you a nice little kind of slice of life, a little peek at Maddie and Sid post.
You know what you could do.
What's that?
Is you could give it away as a bonus short story for ebook sales.
I actually thought about you. You're very clever.
I have ideas sometimes.
That must be why you're on the radio.
It must be.
Very true. No, I actually did think about that, and I kind of thought, well, maybe when the sequel comes out, there'd be a way that we could, kind of like tack it in there at the end as an extra.
That was, yeah.
But it's, it's fairly lengthy. It's like 35 or 40 pages, maybe.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Have you two read it?
No, I just found out about it. When I was cruising around, I was actually cruising around looking for a blurb when I saw Jay's review, and that's where I saw the 2 links for A Valentine's Day Odyssey and The Lost Episode.
The Lost Episode's kind of amusing. It was like one morning. The majority of Jericho was written in the mornings between the hours of 5 and 7 a.m. Before I went to my, regrettable day job. And and the Lost Episode, one morning, I was so bogged down and so tired of this goddamn book that I just decided I was going to let the characters take over and do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Nice.
So that's kind of what happens in the Lost Episode. It's sort of like, I'm done, I leave, they take over and have their own conversation.
Excellent. Well, I will make sure to steal the links from Jay's site and put them over on
They're all
ours.
the Academy Bards.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and you've got other stuff out there too. So, listeners, if you like Jericho, if you like Dust, you probably already found all the other stories. But if not, go find them.
Yep.
Thank you.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for writing it.
Well, you're quite welcome. Thank you for reading it.
Excellent. It's a love fest.
And I'm only half drunk.
Damn. We need more cocktails.
I made a triple. So,
did you? I only made a single.
I wanted to make sure. When you pick drinks that are shots, we got to prepare for, we're sitting here for an hour and a half.
Yeah, that is true.
Do it.
It is very true. But I had a headache earlier, so I didn't know how much alcohol I was going to be able to drink today.
How are you doing?
Headache's gone. Yay.
Oh, there.
Yay.
All right. So, Anna, are you going to stick around? I'm sorry, Andy, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk to Ann about?
No.
All right, Ann?
I hope can I just, do a shameless self-promotion
Please.
and tell you all that Dust actually should see the light of day sometime before Christmas.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So, if you all find a little hole in your schedule, it's a much shorter read than Jericho. It's entirely different. And I would love to come back and talk with you about that one.
Woo.
There you go.
Okay, so now we're going to segue into our second story, which is a fanfic from Melissa Good called Shadows of the Soul. And I do believe this is the very first, isn't this the first Missy Good we've done?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. So, Rev, could you give us a brief summary?
You bet. So this is book 1 of the Xena the Merciless series, and while we were on the last show during the pause, we mutter back and forth with each other for about 20 minutes, deciding what we're going to read next, and I told Andy, I said, "Gosh, I really feel like a Conqueror story," and Andy said, "Oh, that's awesome because I'm reading this again for the 3rd time this year.
Mm-hmm.
So let's read Shadows of the Soul." So we did.
Yep.
Shadows of the Soul is pretty much it's a Conqueror fic. So you've got Gabrielle, who is a slave, who's been it starts out her first day in Xena's stronghold, and she witnesses Lilla, her sister Lilla, and several other slaves being killed because Xena doesn't have any use for them. So Xena is in the middle of some intrigue with one of her generals named Bragos, who has a good deal of her army under him, and he's been traveling around winning lands and is very popular with the people. And Xena is pretty sure that he's going to come back and try to become essentially her consort, her king to her queen. Xena has kind of set herself aside or apart from everybody else, and has been, I guess, pretty much just depressed for the past couple years. And Lysias is, however the hell you say her brother's name, her brother Lai is dead, and she's lonely and doesn't trust anyone. And enter our sweet, innocent, lovely Gabrielle.
Yeah.
Who very conveniently is placed as Xena's personal slave after her elderly slave, who went by 3 different names in this particular book, Aridia, and Aricia. She met her death at the bottom of some steps.
Yeah.
So
out with the old, in with the new.
There you go. Mm-hmm. There you go. So this book, this first book of the series, is primarily Xena taking care of business, and she and Gabrielle getting to know each other and getting together. Yep,
that was a very good synopsis.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah. This has got to be one of my very favorite Conquerors. And it doesn't have any sex in it, really. It's got a little groping here and there, a little breastwork, but it ain't got any sex. Unlike some of the other ones, they're like, wow.
I didn't think so. I didn't agree with that, because I went into it thinking, there's going to be some fade to black, but there was some actual.
There was some action, but it's not like graphic action. How's that?
Yeah, but that's generally true of her books.
Yeah, but but the way she can tell a story, you don't miss it, which is shocking for me to say that. But
and that's something. Yeah, absolutely.
But it's true. I mean, she just writes a really engaging tale.
She does, absolutely. The thing with Melissa Good is if you really have to set aside all of your expectations for name continuity and grammatical things, because you're not going to be happy if you I'm a stickler for that. When I open up a Missy Good story, I just set it all aside. Mm-hmm. Because otherwise I'd go insane.
Yeah.
Can I make a comment?
Please.
Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry.
No, I can't. Okay.
You just sit there quietly and drink your tea.
Exactly. With my tea, it's true. No, I'm a big fan of Missy Good's work, and God knows she's like an icon, she's blazed a trail for all of us. But I have to say that I really do think, I remember this when I first sat down and started reading this particular book, that it was like jaw-dropping to me, because I thought she absolutely nailed Xena in this. She nailed her.
Yeah.
She just did. I mean, in much of her other fiction, Xena was, almost, I love the books, but almost over-sensitized. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like too empathetic, too caring, too emotive.
Oh. Yeah, she definitely did not have it. And she's very upfront with that, with Gabrielle. Every time Gabrielle says something like, what if he didn't do this? What if he's innocent? Well, tough shit.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
That's
right.
not my problem.
That's right.
Hades will sort it out. Oh, that's something we've been doing this for over a year now, and every time I read a Xena story of any sort, I have to say, I don't get this. Maybe one of you can help me, but why is it acceptable to replace the word Hades with hell in any type of phrase?
It should be.
Hades is a god. Hades is not a place. Tartarus is a place.
That's right.
Okay. So thank you. I feel vindicated. I can move on.
Right.
Yeah, you are.
God, I hate that. Okay. So anyway, so in this one, I made a note that Xena's really insecure in this story. She asked Gabrielle, do you like me? Are you sure you want to be with me? And she's many, many, many times asking that. But she can be bloody and vicious and doesn't give a shit about anybody else.
She's
but
kind of like the honey badger.
She's like, what?
Oh, have you not seen the honey badger video on YouTube? It's another topic.
No.
No, I've missed that.
No, you need to see that. It's exactly what you're talking about. The crazy, nasty-ass honey badger. That's right.
I'll
Just trust
look
me
that
on
up. Okay.
Well, you figure she's probably had to endure all kinds of sycophants and people that, are trying to get close to her just because of her position. And so when she actually probably feels something for somebody, it probably scares the shit out of her.
Right.
And that's like the little, the little seed or kernel of insecurity comes popping out on a fairly frequent basis in this story. But fortunately, in the sequels that follow, it's not as noticeable.
Yeah, she really writes a great battle scene.
No lie.
Yeah, she does.
Really gory and disgusting, and made me cringe more than once.
Yep, especially when Brago gets his, which we'll leave to your imagination, so you can go read it if you haven't done so already.
No, it was definitely a really good story. I was surprised that I was surprised by the whole Taurus scenario where it took, it just, I don't know, it just seemed to me that if we knew through the entire book who he was, that it would have come up a bit earlier. That Xena discovering, who he was.
Well, that Taurus was actually in her castle, you mean?
Yeah, and plotting against her. I mean, and then, there was at least one scene after Gabrielle got beat up in the kitchen where Xena, it said that all of the slaves were lined up and she just was going to start shooting them, but Taurus must have been absent from that. And I'm also surprised that Gabrielle didn't pick up on who he was, because there were comments made at least twice about the thick black hair and the striking blue eyes.
Yeah. I didn't pick up on the whole round of the slaves up thing. I missed that. I mean, I remember reading that part, but I didn't make the connection. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so that surprised me. I was a little disappointed that it just seemed like it was a bit too much to believe.
Do you all have any kind of intel? Because I don't know the answer to this on how she actually writes these books. I mean, does she sort of post them? Does she serialize them and post them?
Oh my God, yes.
Well, I mean, don't you think that really explains a lot of that? I mean, because really that would be, as long as they are, and they're very, very long. I mean, if you're kind of like writing them and posting them as you're going through them, there's really no opportunity to sort of go back through and address things like that you might.
Well, I suppose you're right. Yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah, good point.
Wow.
I think. See, that's the benefit of drinking tea.
Yes. Well, I just finished my 3 shots, so
Damn,
I should be sliding on in pretty soon on my slippery nipple.
Nice.
I hope it doesn't burn.
Yeah, no burning.
Me too. Me too.
But Missy's still writing the 3rd in the series. I think she just posted a more recent installment.
No, just a couple of days ago. I saw it.
What was that, Ann?
The second one's Queen of Hearts. Is that right?
Let me see.
I think that's the 3rd one.
Is that the 3rd one? What's the second one?
I got it pulled up right here. One moment, please.
There you go. The answer, great.
Yeah, right? Okay, first, Shadows of the Soul, Queen of Hearts, and A Queen for All Seasons.
For all seasons, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You were right. Damn it. I need some tea.
No, I'll send you some.
Need some tea.
Excellent. I like tea. All right. That's kind of a rush job, but it was really good.
It was really good.
No, it was very good. I loved it. I remember being I couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
When I started reading, I loved it. It was such a departure from her other books in that it was so much grittier, and I just loved her depiction of Xena.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah, they're really, really good. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember what it Oh, well, there you go then.
So go read it. It's over at Missy's site. If you don't know where that is, it's www.merwolf.com.
And you can pick up the completed series, I believe, at PDA Fiction.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet that the third one is up to date as it could be.
No, I don't think so. But the Dar and Carey books, I think, are over there, and the Journey of the Soulmates is also over there.
Yeah, and
those are all really good.
You're talking about PDA?
Yeah.
I wonder if Jess and Dev Tales are over there too.
I don't believe so, because that's where I was getting all my stuff, and I hadn't heard of them until I went over to her site. So do go over, look at the site, see the stories that are over there. If you don't want to compile them, take a peek over on PDA and see which ones are available, and then the ones that aren't, get to compiling.
Exactly. You can do it, people.
Online.
You can do it.
There you go. I did one last night.
Yay.
Well, not one of hers, but
no,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
And I compiled something last week, I think.
I believe you did.
Yeah. I don't remember what the hell it was. It's in my iBooks now.
It was a fantasy one.
Yeah. It was recommended by one of our listeners.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to say about Shadows of the Soul?
No, aside from, it's just fantastic. Y'all should read it.
Yeah, it is. It's a great read.
Yep. Most definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right, then.
All right, yay. Okay, so now we're coming to a very, very special announcement. I think this is the right time, yeah. I'm glad we waited till the very end, because I'm going to cry.
Don't cry. Do you want me to do it?
Yes, because I can't do it.
Well, Anne, you get to be here for the monumental announcement that I am retiring from Cocktail Hour.
No.
Yes, it was a very, very difficult decision, because I love Andy very much, and I love what we've created together. But the demands of motherhood and work have just gotten to be too much, and in order to not jeopardize the show, because I can't keep up with the reading anymore. So, and we didn't want to cut back. We wanted to make sure that the listeners are getting what they deserve. So I'm going to be stepping back. Andy is going to carry on without me, and I know that she's going to do a fantastic job. Already got loads of people lined up, some good authors lined up, and you're still going to have me back once in a while, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Excellent.
I need to do my own little caveat here, since you're all listening. The continuance of Cocktail Hour is very dependent on me getting comfortable with doing this, the part that Rev always did, which is maintaining the website and iTunes. So we'll see how that works out. But yeah, we do have a few folks lined up. We've got some folks that also want to be guest co-hosts. So if you have any hankering to be a guest co-host or a guest, get in contact with me, and we'll go from there.
Yay.
Oh. My goodness. What a solemn occasion.
Yeah, isn't it?
Well, it was a good run. I had a great time, and I learned a lot of stuff. I learned how to do podcasting, which I had no idea how to do any of this before we started. I've read some fantastic books. I've got to meet some wonderful authors, like Anne, and get to chat about what I love to do, which is read Lesvik and help to get other people informed about what's out there. So, Andy, I never even would have considered it without you pushing me and telling me that we could do this, and you were right, we could, and I think that you are going to take it to the next level. So I wish you all the best, my friend.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm here if you need me.
Well, it has been a fabulous ride, and I have enjoyed it. And, I'm starting to crack up, damn it. I hate that. And
I'm still going to talk to you almost every freaking day.
It's not the same thing, damn it! Oh lordy! But it was just
we can do the cocktail hangouts, right? We got plans.
Yeah, we got plans. It's kind of like when you're at an old job and you're leaving, you say to each other, "Oh, let's keep in touch," and then that works out for about a month or two, and then it's over.
You know too many things about me now.
No, please. But yes, it's been a great ride. I have really, really, really enjoyed working with you. It's been a lot of fun, and quite frankly, I don't know who else can put up with me like you did. Seriously.
I think that went both ways.
my smoking, menopausal, and memory issues. Are you kidding me?
Well, at least you're not a bitch.
Well, I try not to be.
Yeah, but I am. So
that ain't right.
Well, it's been great, and Andy's promised that when we get some specific authors on, that I'll be able to come back and chat. And I think this is going to be a great opportunity for you because you're not going to have to fight for words.
I won't have to fight over you, maybe, but words don't come easy for me on the fly anymore.
No, that's
so
okay.
Sad.
You're gonna do great. You'll do great.
Thanks.
All right, listeners. Well, do you want to why don't you talk about the next show? Since we don't have to break away and argue about what we want to read.
Ain't that the truth? The next show, as it stands right now, is Liz McMullen is going to be the co-host with me, and we are going to interview M.J. Williams and talk about her new book, Forbidden Passions.
Now, that's a historical, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a period piece.
All right, I'll be listening in.
Yay. And may have nailed down somebody for the Christmas Eve show, but I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, wait to announce that.
I'm waiting.
Because that's a big one.
That's a big one, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then, as long as I get to come on and call her a bitch.
She's the co-host, damn it.
I can do what I want. All right. Well, thank you,
Rev, if I could just bust in for a minute to say that I am simultaneously saddened and elated that I could be a part of this particular broadcast.
I'm glad that you were here too, and you've been one of the best guests, in my opinion, that we've had. Just been a blast.
Well, thanks.
Blast, and I look forward to reading the two shorts, and I'll be getting on Dust.
Great, yay! Great. Thank you very much, and thank you both for having me.
Well, thank you for being on. And you know what we didn't do?
What's that?
Oh, we didn't do Who Would You Fuck? We gotta leave it on a positive, upbeat note.
Which ones would you want to latch on to?
See, now I got that. She had some. Oh my God, what a killer rack in the last couple seasons. Oh, that little.
Ain't that the truth?
What are we talking about now?
Sid, Gabrielle.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, so I would go with Sid and Gabrielle, preferably at the same time. Now that would be fun.
Yeah, for $500, Alex. Yeah, hell yeah.
Except in the states where that's illegal.
Oh God.
No more illegal than what I do anyway. So there you go.
Ain't that the truth?
Andy, what about you?
No, yeah. I'll take Sid and Gab for $500. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And we can let Maddie watch.
Ooh.
Now that's interesting.
I have to confess a partiality for Gladys, but that's another story.
I mean, I was going to go there too.
I know, it's hard,
Or
squirrel gun.
The squirrel gun.
And she's a redhead also, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Wow, what an eye for detail.
Mm-hmm. And
it's a curse.
The carpet does match the drapes.
That's not right.
I think you're a little too close to your characters.
I think so, yeah.
It's true.
Hell, I think you're a little too close to her characters.
Another conversation.
Holy shit.
Yes, it is. Oh my God, this has been so much fun.
Yes, it has.
All right, Andy. Let's wrap it up.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. And send us an email and say goodbye to Rev.
Yeah, damn it. We never get any fucking comments or anything. So I'm leaving now. Tell me goodbye, bitches.
It might be. No, I'm just kidding.
It might be. That's maybe why I don't get any emails.
Ah, no.
Bitches all the time. I love you people. I love you so much.
I love you. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. Okay.
Oh, I would never hate the listeners. I like them very much. In my family, that's how you tell that you care about people is you call them dirty names and be mean to them.
Oh, that's like Moody.
Yeah, I think we're sisters separated.
Yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, if I'm nice to you and don't call you dirty names, then I really don't have a need for you one way or the other.
I got you.
So I call you all bitches in love.
All right. Well, Lovey, it's time to sign off.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.